Angela Simmons just slammed the door on Yo Gotti's decade-long chase, and the shockwave ripped through hip-hop faster than a leaked track. One week, fans were cheering matching yacht photos. The next, they were trading voice notes about a secret pregnancy and a revenge plan so savage, it could cost Gotti more than the $500,000 he once blew on her birthday. But to understand how a fairy tale caption morphed into tabloid wildfire, we have to rewind to the day one bold lyric turned a harmless follow into a public obsession. Yo Gotti's 2015 summer hit, It Goes Down in the DM, opened with a confession that doubled as a prophecy. I just followed Angela Simmons, boy I got a crush on Angela Simmons. 3 dozen words, and suddenly, a quiet heiress became the North Star of every radio interview he gave. Gotti leaned in. Flowers showed up at Angela's footwear launch. A slick, coincidental cameo at her charity gala made headlines. Commentators framed him as the patient prince, rom-com material who would wait as long as it took to claim his queen. But new admirers didn't know the backstage details. Whispers that Gotti still sent 6-figure wellness gifts to one of his kids' mothers. On Valentine's Day 2016, he allegedly dropped $100,000 in cash, tucked inside a velvet pouch. He shrugged it off on a morning show. Just family things, but fans could smell smoke. Angela handled the attention like a seasoned reality vet. One talk show host pressed her. Was she flattered? Of course, she laughed. But people ship relationships faster than real life can catch up. She flashed a polite smile, then closed the topic. Yet every time she liked a photo of Gotti's daughter, or he posted a prayer hands emoji on her fitness app announcement, followers saw chemistry. Reddit threads lit up. They're talking behind the scenes. Just watch. For 7 years, the tension simmered. Angela fielded relationships that never stuck. An NBA star who loved Paris. A boxer who loved press conferences. An entrepreneur who loved, well, everyone. Fans joked that her type seemed to be anybody but Gotti, but the rapper refused to retire his crush. Even when he dated Yaya Sandoval in 2021, he kept Angela in lyrics and interviews. Yaya clapped back under a New Year's photo. Not no mo, but the declaration aged like milk. 2 weeks later, Gotti was single again, and the chase clock reset. Late 2022 brought the long-awaited crossover. Angela posted a blurry sunset with 2 champagne flutes. Eagle-eyed supporters spotted Gotti's signature AP Royal Oak in the shot. TMZ found them in Tulum, Vogue spotted them in Milan. On Angela's 35th birthday, Gotti rented out Carbone, laid a crocodile Himalaya Birkin on the table, and iced it with a diamond Himalayan watch. Price tag, roughly $500,000 before dessert. Even skeptics melted. Instagram crowned them couple goals. TikTok stitched timelines of manifestation done right, and podcast hosts predicted wedding bells by summer. But lavish isn't the same as loyal. Industry insiders kept murmuring that Gotti never closed old tabs, and January 2023 proved them right. At Vegas's Aria Hotel, a vacationer's vlog panned across the marble lobby. There stood Gotti, luggage in hand, beside a woman locals called the nurse. A gossip page grabbed the clip. Within hours, #NurseBay trended. Gotti's camp claimed a mutual pause with Angela. Nobody bought it. Internet detectives traced date-stamped selfies of the nurse to previous Gotti tour stops, concluding she'd never truly left the picture. Angela stayed quiet. Yet friends' quick unfollows told a louder story. Still, silence does not equal surrender, and many fans assumed the storm might pass. Then 2 words detonated every timeline. Pregnancy alleged. An ultrasound silhouette floated across gossip of the city's feed. TikTok investigators matched the sonogram room's wall art to a Memphis prenatal clinic the nurse used. The claim, she was expecting Gotti's child, and she was definitely keeping it. The rumors reached Angela in the middle of a photo shoot. Insiders say she excused herself, returned home, and shattered framed getaway photos on the condo floor. One thought echoed in her ears. I forgave once. How do I explain a half-sibling to my son? While betrayal stung, another threat brewed in a Memphis courthouse. In spring 2024, suspect Cornelia Smith testified that Gotti's brother, street name Juke, offered a $100,000 hit tied to rapper Young Dolph's murder. Gotti himself faced no charges. Yet proximity burned like acid. Overnight, brand managers panicked. Angela's fitness app thrived on clean living energy. Gotti had just inked a sportswear deal with a moral turpitude clause. Fans who once rooted for perseverance now tweeted heartfelt pleas. "Angela, your safety comes first. Run!" Summer 2024 cooled the rage publicly. Paparazzi captured Angela stepping off Gotti's Sprinter van, his hand at the small of her back. She posted a black and white quote, "Grace over grudges." Gotti teased a track called Grace, begging for a second chance. For a moment, the internet believed redemption was possible, but patterns rarely change. New Year's 2025, Angela raised 2 glasses captioned, "Fresh Year, Fresh Peace." 21 days later, a swimwear influencer leaked 4:17 a.m. DMs from Gotti, featuring private jet emojis and a hotel address. The pattern drew a neon arrow to his credibility. Angela unfollowed him, purged joint photos, and left a single blooming lotus emoji in her bio. Everyone understood. Story over. Except endings in celebrity culture are rarely final. Within 48 hours, Hollywood Trades reported that 3 major streamers were bidding on an Angela-helmed docuseries. Working title Chasing Simmons, promising unseen texts, voicemail snippets, and real-time diary footage. Publishers dangled advance figures deep into 6 digits for a memoir tentatively called Open Secret. Fashion insiders whispered that Angela might auction the Birkin, the diamond Himalayan, and the iced-out Cuban link for domestic violence shelters. Turning Gotti's grandest gestures into charity headlines would sting harder than a diss track. Lawyers circled like birds of prey. Emotional distress litigation loomed if paternity proved real. An unverified NDA screenshot suggested the nurse received a monthly wellness stipend, payable only if she kept quiet. Angela responded via Instagram story. "Truth needs no NDA. 10 million views in 3 hours. No names, no tags, but the target was obvious." Gotti retreated to the studio. Snippets of dimly lit mixing boards popped up on his feed, captioned, "Healing through art." Radio DJs speculated about a heartbreak album. His fanbase split, half urging accountability, half defending the flawed king who loved too hard. Meanwhile, Angela flourished. Her fitness app downloads spiked 40%. Sponsors leaned in, attracted to a narrative of resilience over luxury drama. She filmed Pilates tutorials, spoke at a Women in Tech panel, then disappeared into contract negotiations no one could quite pin down. Yet, one puzzle piece still dangled, the alleged baby. In April 2025, a Memphis clerk logged a sealed paternity petition. 2 weeks later, the nurse posted a cryptic newborn hand photo. No face, no tags, just a lone teddy bear emoji. Blogs exploded. But without confirmation, the story hung in limbo. Gotti never addressed it directly. Angela never breathed a word. Some fans believed silence meant the rumor was smoke. Others waited for DNA receipts. Even the courtroom couldn't hide forever. Behind closed doors, both camps counted risks. Angela considered what a docuseries would expose: private grief over her late fiancé Sutton, her son's everyday vulnerability, text messages from nights she had hoped to forget. Gotti's team weighed endorsement money against the cost of truth. Possible corporate exile, potential fallout from Dolph's still echoing tragedy, and the damage a tell-all could do to his daughter's perception of their father. The tension felt less like romance gone wrong and more like a chess match with reputations for pawns. In May, a Memphis radio segment claimed Gotti surprised Angela with an olive branch gesture, donating $250,000 to her father's community center in Queens. Cynics called it hush money. Optimists saw a genuine apology. Angela acknowledged the gift in one line on Twitter: "Community wins when conscience speaks." She offered no further comment. Still, the docuseries cameras were rumored to be rolling, their lenses capturing every gift box, every late-night legal call, every sudden silence. By early June, whispers of courtroom mediation surfaced. Some believed Angela wanted a clean exit, not a courtroom brawl. Others suspected she aimed to secure future safety, financial and personal. The gossip machine hummed, but verifiable facts were scarce. That scarcity kept audiences glued. You don't swipe away from a feed when each refresh might deliver a signed deal or a surprise engagement to a brand new suitor. Where does that leave the saga? Maybe Yo Gotti's most famous verse was never about viral success. It was a timestamp on an infatuation that snowballed beyond his control. Maybe Angela's greatest power isn't her surname or her sneaker empire, but her ability to flip heartbreak into narrative currency. Whether she screens a docuseries trailer or closes the chapter quietly, she's already shifted public sympathy to her corner. So here we stand, watchers on the timeline, refreshing for clues. Will a DNA test drop and rewrite rap royalty family trees? Will a streamer announce chasing Simmons alongside a teaser of shattered watch boxes and unread voice notes? Will Gotti drop a surprise album titled Lessons and Losses, begging for empathy worldwide? Or will both parties choose the silence that says, "You saw enough. Let life move on"? Tell me in the comments, which ending feels real to you? Does Gotti deserve a final shot? Or did Angela give him too many already? Should she auction that Birkin for charity or keep it as a trophy of survival? And if the rumored baby is confirmed, does that change your view? Or was the die cast long ago?